Oh, hiya. Welcome to the Secret Hot Tub Podcast, episode 7. 7 episodes. How are you getting on? Do you want to listen to a podcast I'm recording for you right now? You're doing that now? All right. No, there's no need to be like that, but okay. How did you like the Thew episode we just did? Did you listen to that, the Thew interview? Go back and listen to it. It's nice. It was so nice to hear him go on and fucking on, wasn't it? Not by that I mean the real Thew. He was a very nice lad. He's got a lot to give. He's given a lot of himself to you hungry harpies over the years. So thanks to Thew. I doubt you'll hear this, but of course the sentiment's there. Next interview episodes are all lined up or indeed recorded already. I'm trying to schedule more, but I am an idiot. So if I've said that I'm going to reach out to you and I haven't, I will. Next few are going to be very UK convention centric because we're running up to TF Nation in August. That might annoy, I'd say 50% of my audience who live in America, but I'm sure the vast majority of them don't listen to this podcast, so get bent, as you might all say on your ranches, firing your 6-shooters into the air. I'm running a bit late on this one. Things have been fairly wild, as you might know. You might not have picked up on this from my subtle clues, but like I was made redundant from my job of 10 years just a few months ago, and I've been trying to juggle all of this while looking for a job, and luckily I start a new one in a few weeks. But if I could break from my horse shit for a second, I just want to say how much, this isn't an advert by the way, but how much the support on Patreon meant in those few months, like a genuine lifeline for my sanity and my positivity. Not that we're in dire straits or anything financially, it's just when you're in a situation like that, it's very difficult to justify spending any money on your hobbies, and that includes all the expenses of running things like this, hosting, the other hidden costs that come with it. So having that backup, being able to buy things for the show, prep for TF Nation, getting things done there, printed and things made, it really did genuinely mean a lot, and I thank all of you from the bottom of my heart for that. So, all right. I was quite sad to see the core class Transformers size isn't going to be much of a thing in 2025. Like, I think that's a real shame. Core class really had an opportunity to give folks the chance to own characters they probably wouldn't have or couldn't have. Give kids a chance, to buy a mainline character without dropping 40 or 50 quid. Like a lot, kids aren't exactly bereft of options when it comes to Optimus Prime or Bumblebee, like at a cheap price point. Like those evergreen toys you see in, discount stores, they go a long way to ensuring that the main core cast are served and available at an affordable price point. But I don't know how much those toys are going to leave a lasting impression on a kid, because they are mostly, and I say mostly here, shite. Like, perhaps good for the money, but I don't think they hold a candle to even the least of the core class toys in terms of quality. And like, I feel in a way they lost their way with core class. Like, let's make a really awkward Dinobot combiner and then wonder why no one's buying them. It's because they look like hammered shite. But, there were still there were big bangers in the core class line. Let's do a core class top 5. All right, you want to do that? Well, I do this in reverse order, like a chart. Yes, let's do that. Okay. Right, swinging in at number 5, G2 Megatron. G2 Megatron gets on the list because he's fucking G2 Megatron, alright? That toy's okay, but he's in the lime green and purple, and that makes it very, very good. So he is at number 5. Number 4, I would say Starscream. Starscream's really good. Like, I've got a real fondness for that guy, probably because it does something a little different with the transformation, and it's a rare breed, and it doesn't look terrible from underneath. And yeah, like most of the core class, it's really posable, and it's a really good representation of the character, fairly cheap, and you don't have to spend, $24.99 to $34.99 to acquire it. Tasmania Kid is a real surprise. I love that wee guy. It's a peach. He's got so much personality. It's so much fun to transform. His wee mouth opens. It's very cute. It's adorable. It's very good. Just pipped at the post at number 2. We've got Rat Trap. Core class Rat Trap. They nailed it. It looks perfect in both modes. Like, the size makes it a little bit awkward at times. I think you could scale it up, no problem, to a deluxe. But we're not talking about deluxes, so quieten down. Both modes are, just so well realised, and I love that wee guy. But number 1, without a doubt, is Optimus Prime. Like, I'd maybe go with the version in that 2-pack, the Bumblebee in the trailer. That kind of kills my point about it being affordable. But I'm not above being a hypocrite here. Just a fantastic take. Modern engineering that goes into the primes now, but just simplified down. It's so much fun to mess with. It looks, again, great in both modes. A little thin, maybe. But other than that, again, it's a really good Optimus Prime for, like, what, 11, 12 quid? Like, almost like pocket money. Kids could buy that on their own. Like, you're not going to get an Optimus Prime like that in, like, any of the larger sizes without having to, you know, cough up a lung. And for a kid, they need their lungs. They need their lungs, folks. Speaking of potentially fucking rotten decisions, the rumours about Earthspark being ended prematurely seem to be getting stronger, and I really hope whatever follows isn't grimdark nonsense designed for men like me. Like, I really don't, or their perception of men like me. Like, Earthspark's got so much potential for growth, and it's something that's character-driven and kid-friendly. Like, I've come to really appreciate what it's doing, and I've spoken about this before, but hoy, look, calm down, right? Look, I can talk about whatever I want, alright? Don't... I've had a few people talking about the podcast and giving me feedback and saying they quite like that it's just a sort of stream of consciousness. I do just write down the things that I want to talk about very quickly. I don't usually have a ton to say on them. I just want to kind of share my opinion on them and hear what you've got to say too, to an extent which I'm surprised about. I did not think I would give a shit about what you've got to say on this. Yeah, stream of consciousness seems to be the most apt way to put it. Here, does it make me a huge killjoy that I think the new Bumblebee from Lego looks bad? I think it looks awful. I suppose it's one of those, if you don't have anything nice to say, don't say anything at all situations. I love Lego. I love Bumblebee. My wife adores Lego. She's not getting the Bumblebee because she hates Bumblebee or anything good that represents the force of good. Like, it should be a slam dunk for me. That's a basketball term if you're not as athletic as I am. But I think it just looks bad in both modes. Like, it really smacks of the old Creo sets. Like, I don't have anything against Creo. I bought a lot of Creo back in the day. I think they did a lot of cool stuff. But, like, you forgave a lot of it back then because it was clearly another company's take on the characters. Like, it was official, yeah, but it's not like Hasbro or designing it, you know, and like this is a proper official Lego Hasbro collab. From what I read, that the Optimus, the guy who designed the Optimus Lego was a Hasbro toy designer, and the new Bumblebee designer isn't. I don't know how much that plays into it, but yeah, it's not for me. I think I should be paying 20 quid for that on Alibaba. Like, and it's a shame for sure, you know, why they didn't just do Soundwave is beyond me, but, you know, we only have so long before that meteor smacks us all into oblivion. I'd really like Lego Soundwave to be a reality before then. Here, that was some wild news about the big meteor, wasn't it? Going to crush us all and destroy the planet. Who thought that would have happened in our lifetime? But hey, just goes to show you, doesn't it? I'm feeling the Call of Titan class tidal wave, by the way. I've got 2 versions of the original, and I didn't think I would need this Titan one. 2 of the original is enough, but it looks so good at that size. Like, I'm waiting for a decent price drop, but yeah, that's calling me. Like, it's a bit annoying because I've got 0 space. Like, I think it's time to pack up. Let's see, one of the Titans who's out. Black Zarak, for example, may go into storage. Like, that would make me feel a bit better about it all. Like, if you've got Tidal Wave, let me know how it is. Give me your honest opinion in the comments. Or, well, if you're watching on YouTube, in the comments, or email askerpugnus@gmail.com. I know it's difficult to be honest, but remember, my respect for you hangs in the balance. It's funny how little things push you over the edge. Like, I thought, yeah, it looks all right. Yeah, it looks pretty good. And then I saw that you could take little parts off and attach them to the Armada Megatron from Legacy, and yeah, even though, and you go, like, does it look good? No, it didn't look good in the original either, but still, it makes me want it, which again just shows that how this hobby turns you into a maniac. Do you know something that really put a smile on my face was seeing Sixo's big reveal of the Eren and Flame set. That was incredible. Have you seen it? Go and see it. Go and have a look on Sixo's channel. Like, who'd have thought we'd see characters like those imagined in 2024? I suppose we did say that about characters like G-Axis and we never thought we'd see Pink Hot Rod either. And like, maybe we should stop feeling so grateful and start nitpicking the toys like real fans should. Like personally, I'm more than happy with the Zaron that Matt from Sloth and Crocodile made for us a few years back. And if I'm honest, I've never been too excited by Flame. And I think both toys aren't based on. They're not really based on toys that were incredible in the first place for me on their own. So I'll probably not get the set. Like, but it is exciting to see Hasbro giving the mic to someone in the TF community in the UK and letting them reveal it. Like it's a smart move. Like it's a great choice. Like there's always that small pang of creative jealousy on these things until you realize, you remember how much Sixo is killing it, like as a brand and as an ambassador for this daft hobby right now. And like Hasbro won't be touching TRDQ with a 10-foot pole. I think I've made that very clear and made sure of that. And it's probably for the best. But it just shows how much stock there is in being a positive voice in this space, which again reflects poorly on me because I've done nothing but moan my arse off since I've been on this mic. But hey, okay, I'm going to get out of here and I'm going to start the next review. It is a big one, probably about as big as it gets, as big as it can get. Is that true? I don't know. I'm not 100% sure on how I'm going to tackle it yet. Rest assured it's going to be a fairly unique one, not just for TRDQ, but for YouTube in general. I haven't seen any videos that do this. I mean, I may be overselling it. It's literally comparing two toys. If you've got any comments on what I've rambled about today, or you want to ask a question, raise a point, email askrepugnus@gmail.com, or leave a question in the comments if you're watching on YouTube. And again, thank you to everyone who supports on Patreon, patreon.com/TRDQ. Links in the descriptions for all that if you want to support us. As I said earlier, it is very much appreciated, and all of it goes back into TRDQ. So you're going to get your money back eventually, you fucking clawing monster. Bye.